We are live.
We are live. I'm about to just retweet it for the people. Put it in the books. Shout out to Howie Rose. It's the first time we've actually been able to have the Put It in the Books post game with a W. Dikembe Mutombo. You can see him through the shadows there, live from the car outside of his powerless house. What are these? These lights are just flashing like you're fucking Iron Man, dude. What? It looks like footage of
this looks like a horror movie in front of me here. You got the basketball hoop and some fucking woods. That's the New York Mets season right there.
Glenn is live from the car trying to charge his phone because he's got no power for the rest of the week. Put it in the books. The Mets quote unquote beat Scherzer. Nobody really knows what happened there, but there was that shot of him in the dugout shaking his head saying, "Not good, not good." Obviously, doesn't even get through one inning.
Oh, really? I see. I don't know what happened today. Listen, let me just set the like scene for everyone. So myself and roughly like 100 million people basically don't have power in Westchester, Putnam, where I am, across the river, Jersey. No one has fucking power. No one still has power. Not power for days. We've talked about this, right?
Right.
Charging. I got my kid's iPad because that shuts him the fuck up. So I've got that charging. The wifey's phone charging.
Wait, give me power rankings because I know mine. Your phone, her phone, and the kids' iPads or devices. Who gets the juice first?
She's not watching this, is she?
No, hell no. She kids is number one with a bullet.
She could be watching because I bet you guys are going to be in agreement. Who goes first?
The kids go first.
Yeah,
the kids, their thing is more important than anything else in our house. That's the first thing on our list when we're like going on vacation. All right, iPad. All right, then is like the car that we're driving in.
The iPad is more important than the child.
Yes, exactly. Uncle Stevie Cohen. That's what our iPad is Uncle Stevie Cohen. It's the most important thing in our lives.
In our house, the iPad is called Johnny because one of the very first things Shay was watching on the iPad was from the movie what was it called? Glee or Sing? It was a movie
with the gorilla.
Yeah, the gorilla Johnny. When he's singing
I'm Still Standing, Elton John fucking kills it too. Kills it.
So and then also everybody always thinks it's from Johnny, Johnny, Yes Papa, Are You Eating? No Papa. It's actually from Sing, Elton John, Johnny the Gorilla. So she calls it Johnny. And then when Keegan came of age and I had to get him his own, I just told him it was Joey. So now we just have Johnny and Joey. Yeah, those are
important things. Goddamn,
undoubtedly.
So I have like I basically, so the thing is my phone is last on the list because anytime on my phone I just look like I'm not helping out at all and I lose brownie points every single second. Yeah. I barely have any service because the service everyone's on their phone all day because no one has power, and then you just are just draining battery the entire time. So I can't like wait for like 10 minutes for Twitter to reload to then see like, Yoenis Cespedes didn't show up for the game. So I'm done following the Mets via Twitter. The MLB app sucks. Everything sucks. So you guys are telling me shirts are just left after an inning today?
Yeah. So I'll give you what I can as a recap because I didn't even realize it was a 4:00 start. So by the time I got home, I was already in the fourth or fifth inning. Scherzer pitched one inning. He walked Nimmo and then he got a couple guys out, got through the inning, but then he was seen in the dugout. He just said, like, not good, not good. So, I mean, that could be real bad for them. Plus, Strasburg's hurt. So, like,
he's had a ton of back issues. So, like, I don't know if it's stemming from that from last year or what the deal is. But everyone's aces are just falling off.
And by the way, I continue to have this argument where I say that Jacob deGrom still doesn't get enough respect because there are still people out there who are like, well, Scherzer, you got to count in Scherzer. And it's like, nah, man, he's breaking down. He's not as consistent. He's not that dude. It was Scherzer's time for quite a while. It's now Jake's time. So Scherzer does not deliver a Scherzer start. You know who does deliver a Scherzer start? Ricky Two Friends. Ricky Raindrop was up there, and he pitched like 7 innings of like 5-hit, 1-run ball.
Looked amazing.
Yeah, he looked. I mean, He looked. Let me get the exact line for you: 7 innings, 5 hits, 4 strikeouts, 1 earned run, 81 pitches with 56 strikes. I mean, he was cruising, and then the Puerto Rican came in for the 2-out save to the 2-inning save, clean across the board with 2 strikeouts. So, that and as far as the offense goes, Dom Smith, he is. It's criminal that the Mets have not found a permanent home for him somehow. He's been around for a little while now, and he still hasn't really, settled in anywhere. But Big Dom goes 2 for 3, or no, 1 for 3 with two runs batted in. And Nimmo set the plate well. He had 3 walks. Jimmy had a hit, and JD.
Did Dom play first?
What's that?
Nope.
No, I mean, Alonso still played first, and Dom DH because fucking why? I absolutely.
Their defense looked incredible, though. You should have seen some of the plays they were making, Clem. First of all, Billy Hamilton in center field. I don't care. That he could be like Ray Ordonez. He doesn't have to hit the ball at all.
Mm-hmm.
If he can get all these balls, there was one. It was like a routine fly to Nimmo in left, and he had to undercut him and duck under it because he was there. He's just not used to having to give up the ball to anybody. He's so fast.
By the way, I'm going to get a little conspiracy theory, but really not so much. Why do we insist on playing Pete Alonso at first base? On the day that he announces he has a new YouTube series called On First, where he's mic'd up with all his fellow athletes. It's a cool idea. It's an awesome idea. It's going to be him mic'd up when, whenever the batter gets to first, and you kind of do that. You say what's up, you chuckle, you have some laughs, and the clip they showed was Freddie Freeman saying, I'll never hit Jacob deGrom. I could have 5 off. I could have 5 days off in a row. I could study game tape and read the book, and I still can't get a hit. So it's a cool idea, like hearing that banter. But I don't really care for it if it means you're gonna take up a spot for Dom Smith, who's a better first baseman, and B. I don't need YouTube series right now. I don't need your social media footprint. I need you to hit the ball. I need you to play first base. And, I keep talking about, are you going to go the DeGrom route or the Harvey route? And I feel like having your, worrying about your brand and your online digital content, I don't need it right now. It's a cool idea. I don't want to be too much of an asshole here, but
Can you imagine what Keith Hernandez said at first base to people when they got there? If these bases could talk.
Could you imagine some of like the rivalry teams too, in the 80s, like those guys, or when he like played the Cardinals again and you see his old teammates or whatever, the mic'd up banter at first base with Mex would have been all time.
Drugs, sex, and rock and roll. That's basically the 3 topics you get to choose when you get to first.
You get down
to
to
try to like bum a Stig.
Yeah.
I ran out. Can you get me one next time you come out?
I can see them like, you get down to first and it's like, oh, how you doing, dude? It's like, terrible, man. Why did we do that shot of tequila at 5 a.m.? Like they're probably out with each other and hanging out and shit. But yeah, listen, a good W, Clem. You missed a good one. I just watched another play here with Conforto.
Yeah.
Conforto he had like a Mookie Betts-esque throw, not quite from that deep, but
oh my God. Conforto's throwing people out. That's a special night. That's a special night when Conforto's throwing people out. That's my guy. I love him.
Fucking unbelievable grab at third from oh shit, that was beautiful, man. JD
Double Davis.
Yeah, Double Davis with like it hit a hop and he yoinked it up. It was like a glove save goalie style in hockey. And I'm just looking here at the post game. Todd Thrashers has the most beautiful tan going with the fucking the fake Just for Men black hair. But yeah, listen, good W. I wish we had a few of those earlier this week. I feel like the whole season would feel differently right now. But the defending champs, you beat up on it. Well, not beat up on them, but you beat them 3-1. And okay, I'll take it.
I heard our boy Jimenez looked pretty good too.
Jimmy.
Even when he's getting out, he's hitting he's solid contact. He's another guy that we don't have a spot for. He's going to be another guy where Cano comes back and just gets buried at the end of the bench, and you're going to be like, well, we can't let you play because that guy's going to play for the next 3 years.
I know. I mean, right now, if
JD played outside his mind. I'm watching the plays right now. He's cutting people off.
I mean, he ran through Jimenez there. Like, yo, it's my ball, dude. I actually recommend you don't ever do that again, JD. But okay. But this is, it's funny what happens when you play solid defense and you get some good pitching. It's a miracle what happens there. I mean, still the offense is not exactly wowing people with a 3-1, especially on a day where you chase the starter after an inning, and the rest of the way it's all. I mean, they use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 pitchers, including
3 runs off of them.
That's what I mean. I mean, they had after Scherzer 3-1, 1, 1/3 of an inning, 1 2/3, 1. I mean, they really had to cobble it all together. And we still only managed to scratch out 3 runs. So not exactly, an offensive powerhouse tonight, but whatever. A W's a W.
Yo, I'm telling you, Chili Davis is he's going to come back with new set. It's like teachers, daycare, whatever you want to call them, and Chili Davis. All their values are going through the roof right now during this pandemic because you realize just how essential they are.
We forgot. We took it for granted, And by the way, I believe we are going to try to have Jay Horwitz on the show sooner or later. He's got his own podcast and is really looking to come on the show. And I'll be honest, when we first heard that, I was like, I don't know if we can do that. Like, I've talked so much shit about Jay in the past, but I think what we're going to do is have him on so that I can apologize. Because Jay and Ray, the Jay and Ray connection, like the Rock and Ray, I give Ray Ramirez and Jay Horwitz so much shit for the Mets' health and the Mets' PR, respectively. And I always thought it was their fault that both of those departments were a total dumpster fire. And it turns out no matter who you put in there, it's a problem. So, it all goes back to the top. It all goes to the Wilpons. So I apologize to Jay, and we'll have him on the show to talk about it. If Ray Ramirez, if you're listening, I apologize to you too. And Steve Cohen, if you're listening, come on down, baby. The latest news, if you haven't seen this, Point72, which is like his spin-off of SAC Capital, is no longer taking any more outside investors, no longer taking on any clients. So I think that means I got to handle this shit. I got something else brewing. Let's not take on any more that I need to, and let's get this shit done. At least that's how I'm interpreting it. So, Clem, I don't want to get my hopes up, but
One man that I've never met signs the bottom of a piece of paper I'll never see, and 2020 will be the best year of my life. As fucked up as it says, he can make this entire year.
So, how about we saw this clip? I retweeted it. One of our fans found an old clip from Robin Leach's Lifestyle Rich and Famous on VH1, and it was from Steve Cohen. And Robin Leach calls him Stevie Cohen, which I thought was hilarious because
that was awesome.
I started calling him that as a joke, like Uncle Stevie Cohen. Well, Robin Leach calls him that as well, and this was 14 years ago, at the age of 50. They put down his stats, and they put net worth $1 billion. In the last 14 years, he has doubled. He's up at $13 billion now. So he was getting love as like an all-time baller when he only had a billy, like ashtray money, to compare to where he's at now. So I mean, he is that dude, and I think I'm not going to say it, but I'm not going to say it.
Don't say it. Yeah, don't say it. Yep. Thank you. For once, you fucking made the right decision, you goddamn bastard.
Can I explain to you? Today's episode of Mail Time is out today, and I learned this on Reddit. I found it on the Today I Learned. And there's something called Harbinger zip codes, Harbinger households. It's the most crazy phenomenon I ever heard. It's almost like a loser gene. It's like there's something physical and tangible that studies show that certain households in certain zip codes are basically losers, in the idea that products that these households like are the products that always get discontinued. Products, candidates that these households back for elections always lose. Property values of these people are lower than all across the board. It's the studies show that these people are just out of sync with the rest of society. So, like as an example, when Crystal Clear Pepsi came out, this one town all adopted it and they were all on board with it, and it signaled like you're fucked. Your product is not going to work. Town, if these people like your product, like your candidate, like your real estate, it's a sign that you are totally fucked. And the kicker, when these people move to a new town, they go to another loser town. It's like Final Destination. They can't escape it. And I started to think, like, maybe that's me. Maybe that's us. Because you know when people say, and Clem, you're a gypsy, but everybody else, it's like outsiders are like, you're telling me that everybody who roots for the Mets also roots for the Jets? Like, you're just a loser all the way around? And I'm like, yeah, the vast majority of us are. And it's gotten me, I'm starting to think that it might be like in my blood. Like there might be physically something that's making me a loser because I'm one of these harbingers. It can't just be coincidence. It's real. I'm a loser and I've got the gene to prove it.
I don't know, like Steve. So Stevie's one of us though. So what does, because Stevie cannot be considered a loser. So is he like the good son? The prodigal son coming to fucking take and gonna fucking turn us from negative to positive, Biggie style? What's gonna happen? I don't understand.
If you believe in this harbinger thing where it's like you can't escape the loserdom, I would think that means either A, it falls through or something to that effect, or B, we'll find out. Like, is $13 billion enough to overcome this loser gene where it feels like Final Destination? And like, you know, we'll find out. What if we mush it? Like I think the mush is a real thing. I'm starting to believe it's in my DNA or something. So either Steve breaks the curse or becomes part of the curse. I don't know. I'll tweet it out for these people. The new episode's out, but obviously I sound like an absolute madman right now. But if you read this article and the studies, they'll explain to you how it's like a real thing. And it got me a little nervous. It got me worried that like maybe there's no way to stop this, even Steve Cohen included.
You're really dampening my mood after a win.
I know, you're right. We won today, 3-1. Great pitching performance. How about here's what I love to see. Stat line right now. The Mets pitching in total. So Lugo and Ricky Tufred. 1 earned run, 5 hits, only 2 extra base hits, 6 strikeouts. Guess how many walks, Clem?
0.
0 walks.
Boom.
Boom.
That's fucking.
I mean, that's one of those things that like I feel like an old man watching it, where it's just like, God, no walks makes me want to come. It feels so good.
3-1 game, good defense, no walks. That's baseball. That's the kind of baseball I like watching. And I sound like an old man, but that's it.
For you, Clem, Billy Hamilton got in the game, swiped a bag, his 300th of his career.
Oh, God. Oh, God. I'm going to fall in love with Billy fucking Hamilton now. I'm going to, like you said, Ray Ordonez, center field Ray Ordonez, basically.
Yeah. That's it. When they showed the yearbook yesterday for the rain delay of 2015, I forgot that team. Like, you just remember the team basically starting in August. Like, we had John Mayberry Jr. batting 4th. Like, we had people that I forgot were even wearing the uniform. So it's
Eric
but that's kind of where we're at right now. Like,
yeah, I know. I mean, it's just not a very – when you think about, all right, yeah, we had a nice win tonight, and maybe you can cobble a few of these together, but it's just like not a real – it's like not a real team when you've got Jimenez and fucking Billy Hamilton, and like we're just kind of piecing it together instead of being like, here's our fucking lineup that we roll out there every single night. Shout out to the Phillies. They put a W on the board, beating up on the Yankees. So, I'll take it.
Our own division, this motherfucker. We're just
doesn't matter. The divisions are fake. It's all weird,
They're playing right now. They had a doubleheader.
They're playing right now. Yo, this is the other thing. Jimenez needs a new number. You can't, I know it's a fake season, fraudulent anyway, Uncle Stevie. You can't have a guy fucking wearing that's like a
73 or
offensive
whatever.
lineman number. Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
a center's number in football. Like I can't have that. I need.
It's like demoralizing for him too. No, like you see your jersey hanging in the locker, and you got this embarrassing 73 on it. It's like, ooh, geez.
They should just give him an orange jersey, like he's fucking playing in spring training still. Everyone else is in fucking blue or white, and he's just wearing an orange fucking jersey, like a fucking spring training with Mr. Med on his hat. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Jesus Christ.
You're wearing
Give Jimmy some love.
Hat. Yeah. So now to start the weekend, you got an off day tomorrow, and then you got Miami.
Oh, thank God! Thank God! Thank God! There's an off day.
I know, right? Are they? Are the Marlins playing again? They are, right? They won. I think.
They keep winning. They haven't. They came back. The other teams haven't scored a run against them yet. They've had 2 shutouts, and they're playing right now for the 3rd game.
Well, I mean, so for us here, it'll be Waka, Peterson, and Jakey D. So, I mean, let's get way ahead of ourselves and say that we sweep and we're 8-8. Maybe it's uncancel. Who knows?
I want to make a confession here. I just want to let it out in the open because it's going to be the truth. I hate the fuck what the Marlins did to us multiple times in the early 2000s. Obviously, was the worst. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they also had that 2003 series. They were allies. They were friends. They helped us. They helped our souls. Right. If we're out of the running and the Marlins put together the most obscenely unbelievable year where they have like AA guys and they make this magical run, I'm rooting for the fucking Marlins because it would just completely invalidate this season. And I hate the Marlins. I hate Hanley Ramirez. I hate all those motherfuckers that shoved it down throats. But in '97, I got behind the Marlins. In '03, I got behind the Marlins. And I'm going to get behind the Marlins again, especially because even if the Marlins get swept by like the Yankees in the World Series, it'll be like, yeah, the fucking Marlins were there. The season really doesn't count right now. It's fucking a bunch of nobodies. So I kind of love that they're getting this momentum and winning these games. However, I do not say that as a team that's currently in the running, even though Kevin is rooting for the Phillies right now as we're chasing them in this one.
The Marlins are a different one. I mean, when I think back, I would say my favorite non-Mets team ever is probably the 03 Marlins. They were like so cool, so swaggy, and they obviously, stopped the Yankees from – I really believe if the Yankees win that one, that it almost like reignites their dynasty in a way, So that was a big deal. But other than that, those Marlins teams that always were like basically the reason why we collapsed in 07 and 08, Hanley Ramirez like dancing around pregame being like, we're going to end your season, motherfuckers. I don't know if I can bring myself to root for the Marlins. Yikes. I mean, like I will gladly.
That's a fair point.
Over the fucking Marlins. Ooh, Marlins.
I just want at this, like I said, it will reach a point where I'm just going to want this season to be such a fucking joke that's the only reason I would do it. It's like rooting for a 16 seed to just go all the way and fuck up everyone's bracket once your bracket's busted because they knocked you out because you were the 1 seed going all the way. Mm-hmm. I understand, though. I might be on an island on this one, fellas, but I'm just going to let it be known now. I'm rooting for them, and I'm rooting for Buffalo.
I was going to say Buffalo.
Those are my 2 teams.
I feel like the Buffalo Blue Jays should just be permanent. Just rebrand them and let them live there, and that would just be such a cool twist. The Buffalo Blue Jays. I'd love it.
Yeah, sucks for Canada. They shouldn't have kicked them out.
I mean, it's like baseball. You guys don't care about baseball. You like hockey. It's an American thing. Give us the Buffalo Jays.
You know what it is? You know what it is? It's like fucking. It's like the Mighty Ducks. Adam Banks, he was a fucking pretty boy. He's like, oh, these Canadians up there. Oh, coronavirus. We don't want corona. Oh, we don't want coronavirus. Well, guess what? Now he's with the fucking scumbags down in America. He's in Buffalo, scumbag city, capital of the goddamn state. And now they're going to be one of us. Adam Banks started fucking getting dirty. He's one of us. The Blue Jays are part of fucking New York now. I love it. Welcome to America, Blue Jays. We love you. And we get Vladdy Jr. back. We get Bo Bichette. We get fucking Little Biggio. Oh, this is perfect. And did you see the logo? They got the logo of the Blue Jay, and they replaced the maple leaf with the little Buffalo Bills red logo. It's a sick fucking Photoshop. It's incredible.
Did they actually changed the logo and everything?
I think
No,
someone photoshopped it.
themselves,
Oh, okay.
but, like,
I thought you were
look
saying
it up.
that was a thing they actually did. That would
It
be
looks sick.
Something fun by the
Yeah.
MLB? What are you talking
can't
about?
believe it. Yeah.
Something that would be marketable?
The Blue Jays logo is low key one of like the coolest ones in sports. The one with like the actual bird head. I know you love that, Clem, Mr. Fucking avid bird watcher over here, Mr. Aviation.
I launched the Jays Mafia shirts in the store. So buy your Jays Mafia gear. And I've been dying. I was dying for them to bring back that retro logo, and they did it. Like they just kind of sneakily just like were like, oh yeah, that's our logo again. That shit should have never left. Fucking Roberto Alomar, Joe Carter era. That shit is like I think maybe top 3 logo in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the Jays. This is becoming a Jays podcast if he keeps shitting the bed. All right.
Hey, it's still New York. It's still New York, and it's not the Yankees. I'm down with that.
Dude, I'm looking at JD Double Davis right now. JD Double Davis is rocking the cutoff shirt. His hair. He's a sexy dude. JD is he's a good looking cat. I feel like it wasn't got a 10-game hitting streak right now too. JD. 877 runs now. If it wasn't a pandemic, I feel like JD would be out on the town absolutely fucking crushing it.
Yeah. Fair point.
All right. So a little off day, so we get a breather, which I think psychologically, like, I don't know, I've come told I don't care, but I do care. I don't know where I'm at. So I know I could use a breather. Look at my fucking right now. It's ridiculous. And then we got the Marlins for the weekend. So maybe we win. Maybe we contract coronavirus and die. I mean, who fucking knows? If there was ever a team, the Harbingers over here, who would somehow like contract it from the new Marlins, who are probably supposed to be safe, but somehow, some way, this is where the Mets end up being fucking dead. Who knows? So we'll put in the books for now, and we'll see what the weekend brings. And in the meantime, if you choose to, if you are so inclined, you can continue to believe.
Say it, Kyle. I'm not fucking saying it. I'm too fucking angry to say it still.